You'll remember the story of Moana and Oranga Tamariki and the little Maori girl who was raised by two white Pakeha folk in rural Hawke's Bay. And how it was heard before a family court judge. I think it was Judge Kalinikos. Ironically, I think his dad. And it involved then Wira Gardner, who was head of Te Puni Kokorī, seeking, as I remember, to have some sort of, oh no, he's Oranga Tamariki at the time, tried to have a meeting with the judge about the hearing because they didn't want it to go ahead. Anyhow, if you remember rightly, Oranga Tamariki got very upset. They actually complained about Judge Kalinikos for apparently cultural offences that he might have given. But he ruled in favour of this white couple continuing to hold on to this little 6-year-old girl, Anna, and meet her needs. She'd obviously bonded with them. The mother was a dropkick. But the mother wanted the child back, and Oranga Tamariki were supporting her in that. Well, I won't go any further than that to say, other than that Judge Kalinikos awarded, if you like, custody of the child to the Pakeha couple. But then the Oranga Tamariki appealed that. They appealed to the High Court. And it was taken by Moana's mother, or her, if that's the proper word, birth mother, I think would probably be more accurate. With the support of Oranga Tamariki, they appealed Judge Kalinikos' view and lost. All right? So the High Court ruled again in favour of the Smiths in November 2022. And the Smiths subsequently applied for about over $100,000, $108,000, I think it was, of legal costs against Oranga Tamariki. Now, the High Court has just ruled on that, Justice Helen Cull, and she has found in the couple's favour. Although she said it was Moana's mother who appealed the family court decision, Oranga Tamariki had supported her, said Justice Cull. Fresh allegations were then made at that time that the Smith couple wasn't providing for Moana's cultural needs. Said Judge Cull in her judgment, I accept the Smith's submission that there was a campaign by Oranga Tamariki against them to discredit them, and that this was pursued on appeal. The egregious aspect, the judge carries on, of this approach is that Oranga Tamariki continued to discredit and undermine the Smiths on appeal, and therefore the Smiths had no other option than to defend themselves in order to continue to care for Moana, to whom they were committed. And that obviously highlighted the problems of the Oranga Tamariki Act, if you remember rightly, which has been amended by this government. It drew significant attention, said Justice Cull, because a Pakeha couple who'd cared for a Maori child were under scrutiny for their lack of cultural background and connection. They loved that child, they cared for that child was happy, none of that seemed to matter. And Justice Cull has ruled that Oranga Tamariki must pay $108,000 to the Smiths for their egregious campaign in seeking to undermine and attack the integrity of that couple. Here's the question. How come none of the staff that made those decisions are going to be held similarly accountable? This is why New Zealand loses faith in its public sector and the justice system. You can go after the Smiths as a couple, but the people who chose to do so and have been found against get away scot-free. It's not fair, is it?